during our session, if you have any questions, you can just type out at the Q&A below, and we already arranged our staff for any of your queries. Okay, we'll just start our session now. Okay, good day. Welcome back. I'm Arthur from KEDACOM. So before entering today's topic, let's take a brief look at what we were talking about the last time. So remember, last session, we have discussed about the thermal access control terminal, including its technical advantages and functions. Also the detailed principle on how it detects body temperature and also the way of operation. But compared to other manufacturers, what makes it special? Today, we are going to talk about its applications in different scenarios. Now, for today's topic, let me introduce our dear technical expert, Van, here to accompany us.
Hi everyone, this is Van.
Okay, so first of all, even during COVID-19, the daily necessities are still indispensable. Now, we need to go to supermarkets nearby to grab some foods, tissue papers, or maybe Cokes, you know. But obviously, it's not safe. It's necessary, but everyone is worrying about it. What if I got infected by the people walk past? So, what's your opinions on supermarket?
Okay, right. Every time I go shopping, it is really crowded.
Yeah.
Hundreds of thousands of people every day.
Mm-hmm.
It's impossible to make sure all of these customers are not infected. And against the coronavirus, we have to get in a line to check body temperature of every single person manually.
Yeah.
It's a long queue though. Even if I get inside the supermarket successfully, you know, there are still plenty of people around me. And it's easy to get infected if we can't keep a proper social distance. So I always get this question from other people as well. How can we ensure our own safety whenever we go shopping?
Indeed, I believe we all have the same concern when we go shopping. So you have better ways to deal with it?
Of course, we do have a solution exactly to help us solve this kind of issue. Here's what we are doing now. Firstly, a simple diagram of the entrance, as we can see here. An access control terminal shall be placed in the front of the supermarket, scanning each customer passing by. Pretty simple and flexible, you know. Instead of screening manually, now we do have a helper to help us.
Okay, so let's say I have a little fever.
Okay.
Right. So what will happen if I go through the terminal?
Right, let's take a look closer. I imagine you are a customer at the entrance of the supermarket, scanning your forehead like below a certain Celsius, for example. Of course, you can get in immediately without any problem. But if any high temperature is detected, let's say over a certain Celsius, the terminal would show access denied information and trigger light and sound alarm if necessary. Afterwards, the staff or security guard will take care of you in this case. So I think this helps us to keep those potential infected customers out of the supermarket for sure.
Right.
Also, please notice that the terminal can be set as any value you need. I mean the threshold.
Good.
And the measurement accuracy is 0.5 Celsius, more or less. Moreover, not just the body temperature, the access control terminal can also detect whether the person at entrance is wearing a face mask, you know. If not, the terminal would remind the customer to wear his mask on.
Good.
Here we have a video clip to clarify.
Okay, let's see it.
Access permitted.
All right, that's perfect. But I just want to know, do I need to still queue in the entrance for maybe like half an hour or not?
Never. The scanning speed is less than 1 second.
Oh,
I know how boring it could be just standing there, and it's possible if we get in the queue for a long time as well. So by comparing to manual way, terminal could have done the work in a timely manner. I will also simply show you a video to see how fast it could be.
okay. Well, at least I don't need to queue there for a long time anymore. But I believe with your high efficiency terminal, it appears like more and more people will just go into the store at the same time. So I can imagine like so many people is just gathered inside. It makes me worried.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why some of the countries and regions release the legislation that require limited number of people in a specific area,
Oh, good.
like supermarket typically. So here's what I propose. A small device, people counting analyzer. By the analyzer, it is possible to give an early warning at the entrance, as we can see in the picture, placed at the top of the store. Counts customer enter and exit separately and then do the math, telling us how many people are inside exactly, as well as the customer at the entrance.
Okay, but how do I know that how many people is inside?
There will be a screen outside along with human flow information and to tell whether customers are supposed to get in or not. If the number is under limitation, customer can see a blue number that indicating how many people inside and showing you may enter. Please
Okay.
put distance between yourself and other people
Yeah.
below. However, if the number reaches the limitation, the number would turn red immediately and show you cannot enter now. To ensure social distance, you are advised to wait for your turn. So by this way, I think it is possible to control the customer flow inside the supermarket according to legislation, and of course, make us feel safer. And you know what? Those people number information will also upload to backend to the control center in supermarket.
Great.
So shopkeeper could handle the exact customer number and inside the supermarket in real time as well. As we can see here, 3 kinds of charts in total to display. So we can get tendency according to the history data. And by this tendency, the shopkeeper is able to arrange more stuff to prepare upcoming customer flow in advance.
Right. Okay. Aside from entrance flow control, last time when I go to the supermarket, when I walk inside, okay, I can see a bunch of people, maybe like 20 to 30. They just gather there at the corner beside. You know what? They squeeze each other in trying to grab some toilet paper. Obviously it's important to have a social distance with each other to prevent virus, right? So do you have any idea how to solve this?
Okay, you are right. We are likely to gather by some specific areas. By my point of view, meat and vegetable and maybe toilet paper,
of course,
which are in great demand in our daily life. So most people would gather around these kind of counters to pick what they need. And I think that really increases the odds of infection for sure. In this case, I would suggest the fisheye camera. Fisheye camera sounds very interesting because it literally looks like a fisheye. Of course, special cameras offer special features and functions. So first of all, it provides a special live view, a panoramic image to handle the overall situation. Also, we can split the image into several different pieces. By each piece, we can see different sectors of the supermarket.
Okay.
like one piece for drink sector, one piece for snack sector, and so on. Secondly, the heat map. The heat map clarifies the density of people gathering. So by heat map, we are able to know which sector attracts the most people during a certain period.
Okay, I can see what the camera capable of, but how will it help us?
By multi-stream, the shopkeeper can handle the overall situation and check every corner of the supermarket very clearly. I suppose several visual cameras could cover most sectors of the supermarket.
Yeah.
Unlike traditional bullet and semi-dime, which probably will need a dime a dozen, so cost-effective and elegant appearance. You know how ugly to have that much normal cameras in the store.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So by heat map, we could know the potential infection area, and so the shopkeeper could prepare some precautions and measurements for such cases in advance. For example, they could split the meat and vegetable counters to avoid people gathering, and increase staff and the cashier channels, encourage customer to settle accounts in the self-service area, and so reduce the time for customers to queue up.
Yeah.
So I believe with visual camera that can help us avoid people gathering and split customer flow.
Right. All right. Okay, let's see. Terminals, people counting, fish eyes. You have so many features, huh? I don't think you can really handle all these at the same time. I mean, like, for sure, it needs many manpower at the back end, right?
I know what you mean. I can imagine. In our mind, we might think that requiring to check every single device to get the information that we need. Right. Thanks to WeStation, which is a PC client of the system, all the information shall be displayed on one PC screen. It is rather simple and straightforward for us to get the data that we need. Here, I'm going to introduce a bit more one of the features of the PC client, custom style. You know, custom style, in a very simple word, just pick what you need, mix and match whatever you want.
Okay.
Here's a short video to introduce. Okay, so with custom style, we are able to have various information on the screen, including high temperature alarm, visitor traffic statistics, heat map, etc. Anything you want to see, as well as many other features like facial recognition, figure detection, intelligent linkage, and so on. So what we see is an active and living management platform, making management much easier and straightforward, which improves our work efficiency significantly.
Very well. Okay, but you know, all these features you said is actually all about COVID-19 period applications. So when all this ends, what we can do with your products?
You know, the whole solution absolutely is not for temporary use. Let me get it straight for you one by one.
Okay.
So the first, the people counting analyzer.
Yeah.
We can use that statistics to better understand the customer preference, which gives the designer accurate control of market direction.
Yeah.
Second, the visual heat map, according to customer flow and personnel stay in the form of heat map to optimize the store display. You know, it's just the layout. And the third, custom style that pick what want what you need, we have many other features like facial recognition, figure detection, and alarm linkage, electronic map. You might also want in supermarket.
Yeah.
So the whole solution isn't just for the temporary use.
All right, good. But okay, besides from supermarkets, more and more people are like returning from home to their lovely office. Okay, so I think like we need a similar solution for the office building too.
Yes, of course. Guess we are all going to back to work eventually. Working at home was kind of leisure, but anyway, we have to find a way to keep working even under coronavirus.
Yeah.
Because working at home is kind of low efficiency and hard to focus. But on the other hand, it's hard for us to guarantee everyone's safe if calling all employees back.
Okay.
So in this scenario, we do have temperature screening and face mask detection at the entrance, just like supermarket. Then the biggest differences between commercial building and public area is that the employees are mostly in fixed group. So everyone needs to be identified before getting in.
Yeah.
So by this feature, access terminal can also do the verification. 3 ways in this case, like the face and temperature, card and temperature, and you can mix them. Face and card and temperature, depends on you.
Okay.
That would exclude the irrelevant people and keep the commercial building away from virus.
Right, understand. But okay, what if I drive? Does that mean that I can hide from your access control?
You wish. For vehicle, we do have license number plate recognition. Of course, you cannot hide from us.
Oh.
Let's say you drive to work, right?
Yeah.
I suppose the first thing you would do is driving directly to parking lot.
Of course.
And normally there's a camera there to recognize your number plate and let you in.
Ah, okay.
Right, now the solution has integrated this part as well. And not just the number plate, we can also place a thermal access control at the entrance of the parking lot.
Okay.
Which means it requires to scan our face every time driving in. So vehicle and person verification at the same time. Only correct vehicle with correct person and correct temperature can get in.
Great.
But of course, those information will have to be registered beforehand. And besides, all of the data regarding the vehicles, such as number plate, the owner, parking type, is it temporary or not, the passing time, direction, in or out, along with the driver's snapshot will be kept at the back end in case of querying history record when infected person found.
Okay, so I can't hide from you.
Sure.
Okay, but I bet you can't always know the status of both commercial buildings and the parking lot, especially when the staff are off.
Well, however, not just at the PC client. The building manager or security guard can always check the status of the building anytime, anywhere.
Okay.
Well, this has been done by VC Pro, a cell phone app, of course, for both iPhone and Android phone. As we can see in the picture, as we can see here, this is the interface of VC Pro of my cell phone. High temperature notification can be received in real time with clear information such as the location of the terminal and high temperature value.
Yeah.
Now, with cell phone app, we can easily handle the status of the building.
Great.
No matter where we are. So help you resolve remote monitoring and management issue.
Right.
And as I've been talking about just now, the whole solution isn't for temporary use. So afterwards, the verification can be conducted to time attendance of different companies, as well as the access control feature. With the terminal, only correct person is allowed to get in the corresponding office, such as financial office, manager office, and CEO office, and so on. And the last of a cell phone app, that can be applied for remote access control. Like security guard can manage to check the status of the people in front of the terminal and decide to open the door for him or not.
Not bad. But not just myself. My cousin is also about to get back to school. And have any ideas on this part?
Of course, school is one of the most important scenarios, because we must prevent virus far away from our child. Primary school, middle school, campus were all suspended during this period.
Yeah.
So how to keep school safe is an uppermost question.
Right.
Well, in school, we can have similar application as we did in supermarket, with temperature screening and the face mask detection of students. And we could also have different ways of verification. I mean, the identification of each student, just like commercial building. Here's a video of what we are doing in school.
Okay, one more question. Other than supermarkets and commercial building solutions, I want to ask that what's more can provide on school scenario?
What's more, school is restricted area, and so some countries are requiring health report from school every day. For health report, we can get that by querying history record to generate health report, like a snapshot of face, name, student number, location, both time of enter and exit, temperature value. With all this data, we could export and generate health report every day, knowing whether the student had gone to school or not, and the health status of each student. This would make school in compliance with relevant and laws like legislations and monitoring standards. Meanwhile, by sending the report to parents, would let them know their kids are safe in school.
They understand. So, as you said, our solutions can adapt a variety of scenarios, and even after COVID-19, it can still be very useful.
You bet. Let me do a brief conclusion. Firstly, we have talked about 3 typical scenarios. First, the supermarket, and we can keep potential infected customers away from the supermarket and control the customer flow and split gathering and inside the supermarket. And meanwhile, handle all this information in real time by a single person. And second, we have talked about commercial building. Other than the supermarket, we could have LPR recognition and remote access control. And the last, the school, by exporting the history record to generate health report. Furthermore, as we can see here, various of scenarios can be applied as well. Like, for example, public areas like hospital, bank, emporium, restaurant, and some private areas like residential community, factory, etc.
Okay, thanks. And next, we'll have our Q&A sessions. Remember all the questions you ask? Okay, we'll just pick a few questions and we'll let our dear Van to answer you online. Okay, let's see. I'll just pick one. Okay, this one, this guy asked it, is it necessary to have backend system to use thermal terminal?
No, it doesn't have to, Actually, there are 2 ways of operations. Thermal camera can be either used standalone or by connection to backend platform. It's up to you. The difference is that by standalone, you will only have local facial recognition, temperature screening, face mask detection, and trigger all these alarms locally. But by connection to backend platform, we could have much more, like central management if a number of terminals involved, bilateral audio with control room remotely and access control, as well as generate history report and smartphone application. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Thanks. And next questions. All right. Quite a lot of questions, huh?
Yeah, I can see that.
All right. This one. Okay. Does the people counting count other objects? And it's not very accurate to count people that way.
Well, having said all that, how easy it is to kind of counting people at the entrance, I can tell you it won't actually. The target detection is just the head and shoulder, which means only a human being. Any other objects like shopping cart, pad, luggage shall be eliminated. So the accuracy is up to 95% if we install the device at a proper height.
All right. Okay, let's just pick the last one.
Okay, the last one.
Okay. Let's see. This one is interesting. Okay. This guy asked, the backend system you have always been talking about, what's that exactly?
For all intents and purposes speaking, generally speaking, a professional management platform for small business scenarios. And embedded with KEDACOM advanced algorithm, it is possible to have traditional monitoring and intelligent recognition of both vehicle and human, and integrating many other intelligent functions, and of course, compatible with various intelligent hardware. With a reasonable cost, users can enjoy a similar experience to VMS system. So it will be your all-in-one solution in one single device.
Okay, so okay, thanks, man.
Okay.
And that's all for today. But okay, for more information, you can also follow us in Facebook and Twitter. But okay, I can see a lot of questions here. Okay, maybe I will just leave you guys to ask what you want to ask a few minutes, and okay.
Okay, if you guys have more questions, please leave that question or those questions in the comment center. Me and my team will answer you very soon.
Okay, I think it's almost the time, and all of your questions will just record down, and we'll just answer you by email. And thanks, and see you next time. Okay, see you.
Okay, until next time, we will talk to you later. Bye, guys.
Bye.